if livelihood and migration doesn't touch you, then you can't become a good filmmaker. And he is to cite the examples of Satyajit Ray, Bimal Da, Ek Bigha Zameen, Do Bigha Zameen, all that. Satish always said, why can't you make films like real life? And I asked to answer, why life can't be like a real film? Then there was an incident in Goa of Vanar Mare. Prakash was there, many of the journalists were also there, like Vanar Mare. And then I got to the depth of migration and livelihood.
The whole idea of any society, when we are living in a society, we always want to maximize the quality of our lives. Very simply put, we want to maximize the quality of our lives. Particularly in India, you have many complexities, many complications in life due to various issues, due to the number of people that we are, due to the various civic amenities that we have, some we don't have, due to the buffer between the state and the citizen. Now, what do you mean by the buffer between the state and the citizen? That there is always a space between the state and the citizen.
I did a livelihood survey in Goa in the month of June. So we did it for around 3 months, reaching 3,000 households across 12 talukas, covering almost all the socio-economic strata of society. The survey, when we started off, it started off with certain thoughts that Goa being, a progressive state, the per capita income being very high. The report will be released in the second week, the third week of this month. We will be releasing the report. But the trends that came to us were very, very shocking. Out of the 3,000 households, we found out that nearly 19% of the households do not have a toilet.
Assessment, actually it will be proper to call it a situational assessment. And what is the situation? So, and what can be done? It's more from a perspective of what can be done rather than finding out the dissonances. So the dissonances will always be there. It has always been there everywhere around the globe. But the idea is to see if this is the case, then what we could do. We as in all of us here in this room, and some of you who have not been able to come today. Some of us who have not been able to come today. So all of us, how do we form a vibrant civil society platform for exchange? So exchange of ideas, thoughts, because all of you probably can't go to the field every day to contribute. So we are there to go to the field and do the work. In India, there is one freedom of expression. Across the states are same, and that's exactly the reason why we have 3.9 million NGOs in India. Please think about it. It's not a figure that I'm quoting, but it also mentions the vibrant thinking process in Indians to have civil society organizations. And civil society, as the name suggests, means inclusive society. And inclusive society can happen only if you have a good communication and good interaction. And that will come from freedom of expression.